Do 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 do. Was good. Boop. Yeah. What's up, guys? Actually, I might only be the only person to stream thus far, but what we're doing today is a continuation of something we did last week. Not last week, like a few weeks ago, which is my basically Star Wars kits, essentially. And today we're gonna be making the Jedi. And the Sith will be a different one, by the way. What's up, King of Ducks? Uh-oh. Hello, sire. Yeah, so if you guys remember, this is what we made last week. So this is the Trooper Kit. The Trooper Kit has 3 abilities. The first ability is the Blaster. Pretty simple. Just does damage. Second, we have the Jump Pack, which is just essentially a movement option. And lastly, we have the Grenade, which is simple, throwable, lands on the ground, and then after a time duration, does a lot of damage. Now, we did actually technically start on the Jedi because I can actually deflect blaster bullets. So skeletons now shoot blasters, but I can actually deflect blaster bullets as a Jedi. And actually just send blasters back to where it is. How's my day night day/night been going so far? Well, I'm Eastern time zone, so it's like still morning for me. What's different from the Jedi and Sith abilities? So there's gonna be a couple things different. And yes, I am aware that Saber Toss and Deflection are both Jedi and Sith things. However, I think I want to make the deflection of laser beams exclusive to the Jedi. Because part of what we're doing is we want to make it more of like kind of classes that you can play a game as, not just straight up making the Jedi, if that makes sense. So the Sith is going to have like a Saber Toss. Probably either lightning or force choke, yeah. So they'll have like a force choke option or they'll have lightning option. I also want to make like a bounty hunter. So kind of like my plan is for the Jedi, there'll be some kind of force push. So we already kind of have the deflection for the laser beams. And that's kind of all the lightsaber side of things, other than obviously using it just normally as a sword. We'll add some kind of force push, as well as I think if you're a Jedi or a Sith, you're going to get like jump boost and slow falling. There is a cooldown system. So if you guys see here with the Trooper kit that I already made, it actually goes out of my inventory, and then after a short period of time, it automatically comes back into my inventory. Same thing with the thermal detonator. Obviously, it's going to throw, it's going to blow up, and then after a short cooldown, I'll actually get the slime ball back. Just a second here. There it is. You just got to hear what's going on. I'm making a Jedi kit. It's more of a kit. It's not quite like just straight up making the Jedi because it's not meant to be super overpowered. It's meant to be kind of like a kit. That way you guys can use it in like your PvP or PvE settings if you guys want to. Yeah, and so like for instance, the Jedi is really strong because you can deflect the blasters, but the Trooper can counter a deflection by simply throwing a grenade near you because you can't block that. So it's kind of meant to be like a PvP, PvE kit, not like I'm not like straight up making a Jedi, if that makes sense. I want to make kind of more of a kit. Yeah, if that makes sense. So if you guys have any suggestions for what abilities you guys think the Jedi should have, like I said, I kind of did the first one, which is you can deflect the blasters with your lightsaber. Which is... I guess that command right here. Tag equals Jedi, yes. Okay. And then, hold on. What's the animation that makes your thing kind of go in front of your face? There's a play animation that kind of puts the thing you're holding in front of your face. I gotta figure out what that one is. Give me a second here. Because that would look a lot better to let you know that you're actually blocking. Is it riposte? I forgot S. No, there's one that changes the items, I think. Like, in first person, I mean. I forget which one it is. It's not that one. Maybe it doesn't do it for every item. It might only do it for like 3D items. It might not do it for the sword. Armor stand, honor pose. Yeah, so like it does it for the trident, but it doesn't do it for the sword. Okay, well that's not super helpful then. And what we can do is we can still make it happen in third person so it's more clear in third person. It's just annoying that you can't do it in first person. Hold on. Positions, if entity, run, play, animation. Oops, would be at s I1 to 2. Um, okay, hold on, that did not work. Oh, because I forgot the entity. I've not done Sith yet. I might do Sith in this live stream, just depending on how fast I go through the Jedi. Okay, so now it actually does the animation whenever I block. So it won't affect me in first person, unfortunately, but it will be... Hold on, let me see if this works. I have no idea if that's going to work. Ah, come on, look at me. No. So I kind of want to do armor. I think honor was better. But, hold on. I saw this. It was Game Over Gaming, which, by the way, actually, if you guys haven't checked out Game Over Gaming, he actually has some pretty useful stuff. He had something the other day, I feel like. Let me see. That makes animation smoother. Yeah, it was 11 days ago. I just forget exactly what he did. Let me look here. So, yeah, this is going to be just casual shout out to him. I think I need to do it like this. Humanoid base. Is that what I'm looking at? Hold on. animation dot humanoid base pose. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm trying to figure this out because I want to make this smoother if I can. And then scoreboard, objectives, add, anim dummy. Okay, so that's the skybar. Give me 1 second here, guys. Please make a collab with Gabadella. I don't really know Gabadella at all. Is the old school block animation still there, like a pre 1.9? I'm not quite sure what you mean. It was a Thor hammer. I did not do force lighting. It'll probably be something similar. Have you ever used the schedule command? No, because I don't use functions ever. There's a few commands that I've just straight up never used. On scoreboard. I'm actually just going to experiment for a little bit. Scoreboard players, sets, at S, and M1. Okay. Can you guys hear construction happening like right outside my house, by the way? At A scores equal and M equals 1. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but it's like they're redoing a road like directly in front of my house. Okay. What is 0 for? I'm not exactly sure, to be honest. Can you do a Super Saiyan? I'm sure somebody's already done that. Do you know what World Builder does? I believe that just gives you World Builder permissions. Yeah. That's, yeah. Okay, so that's here. I'm actually gonna bring this to humanoid. Let's see if this works. I'm not sure if it will at all. Sets. But I want to get better using. Oh my gosh. Why do I keep hitting tab? Add a NM0. I want to actually get a little bit better using play animations to make them smoother because honestly, play animations can be really cool. Okay, so this didn't work. So this. Humanoid. I'm just trying to see. Whoops. I know there's a better animation for what you're looking for. Yeah, if you can think of it, let me know. Didn't you make the Soul Reaper item? Yes, but I'm trying to make the animation smoother, and I know there's a way to do it. Animation.humanoid base pose. Hold on, let's see what happens here. Animation, add us, humanoid base pose. Because, yeah, believe it or not, I don't actually know everything about commands. Is that not? Look at that. Your body just goes angled. It's so funny. I'm sneaking, by the way. Oh, I'm flying. Hold What about that animation? Let me try it. I think I somehow broke animations. I'm not gonna lie. Hold on. Let's see here. Messed something up. Um, this is really funny to watch. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, see, I'm stuck in this animation. I'm actually not sure why. Okay, hold on. I'm moving. I'm moving very slowly. Back to... It's not... Um... That's kind of a cool thing, like holding something out like you're diving at somebody. I might actually have to use that for something in the future. But, the moment, something's a little bit off. But, Second? Okay, let's see. Let me log in and log out. That should cancel any of the animations. So this is a learning experience for all of us, guys. But I think if I get better at using play animations, my creations are actually going to become a lot cooler. Oh, wow. That was really laggy coming back in. Okay. All right. Oh, we'll actually be on something. Let's just put this on a delay. I'm curious to see what happens. Yeah, well, something's happening. You guys can see, obviously, it's very, very briefly. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I absolutely agree, man. Candy Canes, play animation commands are so freaking good. And refining your creations and defining what's supposed to be. Yeah, that's why I just want to get better at them. Honestly, this stream might just be more practicing play animations than focusing on the Jedi. So I'm sure some of you might be disappointed by that. Some of you might find that encouraging. I don't know. If I can work out how to use these better, I can also maybe just do a whole separate tutorial. Okay, so this song's perfect. Let's just do this for now. Let's not try and reset it. I want to make it smoother because I've... Yeah, anyone opposed to that, by the way? Yeah, it's Star Wars. All right, actually, I'm not gonna mess around with the blocking at the moment. I'm just gonna do this. I don't like wood buttons. And construction's going past my window. Scoreboard. Player sets at A. Anim 1. Actually, I want this to be 0. Anim 0. Copied. Paste this. And 1. And a 1. Well, what we want to do is get a smoother transition between these two. Thank you, QQ. Thank you. Appreciate that. What's the thing being scared of scoreboards? I'm scared of ticking errors. Ticking errors are so easy. You don't have to know all the formatting. You just got to know some basic stuff. Actually, I'm going to do pressure plates because that'd be easier for me to watch in third person. Okay. So this... So I'm curious. I'm gonna turn this off for the time being. I'm curious if it's because I'm actually repeating the animation command that makes things a little bit worse. So that's anim 0, I think. So this here, that chain. Okay. I'm curious if maybe that's why it's not as smooth. Yeah, see, look how much smoother that is. I think it's because I'm repeating it. That would be why. Okay, so we can just do some tag stuff to make sure the anim only happens once. What we need to do is make this quicker, though. I don't know if this is going to work or not. So that works. You guys can see how much better that looks. So I think what we need to do is just make it not be repeating the play animation. We need to basically hit this once and then basically hold it for a few seconds. Given we're giving something that for the smooth, it should be 1 tick. You mean if we just put a 1 tick delay here, it would work? Is that what you're saying? Or just it happens once? Is that what he's... I didn't watch the full video. I just watched a clip of it because I try not to look at too many tutorials. I like to figure things out for myself. So, let's just pop this off to the side real quick. I am using honor pose. Yeah, see, no, that's silences. Okay, so it just has to be once. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Just has to do once. Okay, I just can't be repeating. Okay, so what we need to do then is just probably mess around with tags and just make it so it gets to the tag once it's done with the transition, essentially. Um, that's fine. That's not at all difficult to do. Pop this off to the side for now. Okay, so what we're going to do is do... What map am I on? I am on Galactic PvP Battlegrounds, which is actually a marketplace map, a kit PvP that I designed the commands for. Yeah, this is on the marketplace, craft cubes, the marketplace team that I work for. Yeah, I am using Armor Stand Honor Pose. That's what I'm using. See? Okay. Where was I? So what I'm gonna need to do, say tag equals not, tag equals block anim. Ah, whoops. I see what I'm doing, yeah. Okay. So then tag add block anim. Then we essentially do the opposites. Tag remove block anim. Okay. And then equals block anim. Okay. That should make it so it only fires off once. Hold on. I don't need this on a 1 tick delay. I will mess around with different animations once I get this smoother. How about that? Oh, actually, I'll try it real quick. Armor Stand salute pose. I'll try it real quick. Oh yeah, salute does work better. I agree. Good suggestion. Okay. Um. Block anim. Well, that should. Scores equals anim equals 0, right? Add a block anim to guppy. Target does not have this tag. Is this not powered? Add a block anim to guppy. Equals 0. Oh, this should be 1. That would be why. Okay, so. Well, one of them is working. When are we getting the contest results? Friday. The video is already recorded and edited. So it's coming out in place of my normal video on Friday. Okay, so going back to it is not quite normal. Tag equals block anim. Because this should be not. Can I go fix the Phantom Boss real quick? Dude, I don't know what was going on with the Phantom Boss. You can see how much... Oh, that's so much better. That's so much better. Okay. Yeah, I would use Redstone Armor Equipper, honestly, if you're trying to auto-equip Enchanted Armor, just like with dispensers would actually probably be your best option. I missed a kill command. Where? I thought I disabled all the kill commands. It's very possible I didn't. Do you know which kill command I missed? Because like it's certainly possible that I did. I won't deny that. On the far right. Alright, let's just look at this first and then we'll see. Oh, see, that looks kind of good. It's not as exaggerated as I would hope. I wish I could make it a little bit faster, but I don't. I don't think this is actually gonna fix it though, because I feel like decimals doesn't actually help last time I checked. Nice. Alright, so yeah. So I mean that's definitely better. It's a much smoother transition. And I definitely want to start using animations more in my other creations because it really does make creations feel a lot cooler. Is there one that makes it swing exaggeratedly? There probably is. What we want to do is, because we're not even doing the full animation, we just want to find something that makes the arm move really quickly, probably. But yeah, let's see what Kiwi said. Let's see if he fixed my thing. On the far right, one of these. Wait. Yep. That's it. I cannot believe I missed that. Dude, I was stressing last stream. Thank you, Kiwi. I was stressing, dude. 'Cause I'm like, I just couldn't find it. And I'm like, I didn't even think. Look, I forgot. Yeah, tag equals phase one, tag equals Phantom, both work, yeah. Thank you. I feel dumb now, but I appreciate the help. Let's see. There's a couple other kill commands I gotta fix. So I basically just disabled everything. Yep, it's just right there. Did you guys see this last stream? I'll show you. I'll give you guys a little replay of what I started working on last stream before I um heroically and bravely gave up. What do I call it? Terror of the Night, right? Let's see. Should actually work now. Come on, connect, please, baby. Let's go. Let's find the next missile. I need food. Welcome back, Bilal. Give Edes cooked beef. 20. Oh, also, he's not shooting at the missiles. I forgot to disable that too, just in case. Is he shooting? Yeah, okay. Alright, where? Yeah, I'm sorry. I have no idea how loud the construction is on the microphone. I don't know what's getting picked up and what isn't. I wish. So here's the one thing I don't like about Phantoms. It's actually really difficult to make custom bosses out of them because um, their AI is really terrible. Like, they actually don't attack all that often. Is the funny thing. Oh, I should check my audio. I'm just curious how much of the road work is getting picked up. You mean the missile delay 5 ticks? The remove 1 score? Oh, okay. I should probably make it go up a little bit faster. I'm actually gonna die. I'm only 2 missiles away. Oh, and now the real phantoms are attacking me. Yeah, those are not the most consistent to use in normal creations. So you're saying you made it like fire twice as fast? Is that what you were saying, Kiwi? Yeah, so basically what happens is there's armor stands. You have to stand in the... No, I have it on phase 1. I have it on 5 tick delay. This one. But yeah, that's essentially how the boss fight more or less works. It's a little bit... It's kind of interesting, but I think you raise the armor stance to 100 blocks above. I didn't. Not the armor stands. I did the boats 100 blocks above, so they could be angled, but since you can't make boats invisible. How loud is that construction? Because there, like I said, it is literally right in front of my house right now. But yeah. Alright. Thanks, Kiwi. Yeah, I mean, I know you can do that. I just didn't necessarily feel like it, but you certainly can do that if you want. Can't hear much. Okay, good. I do have NVIDIA broadcast, which should help with some of that. But yeah, let's check out the marketplace. I don't actually look on here that much. I'm not gonna lie. What do they got? Gas expansions, food, raft survival. Is this an actual raft? It is. Can you upgrade it? Oh wow, you actually can. Interesting. Oh, I don't think that's it's just entities on a block. Oh, I see, I see. Okay. Yeah, you wanna see the stuff I've worked on? Let me see if I can find some. What's up, Lori? Let's see. I worked on this map. Um, worked on this map. Slightly helped with this one. Worked on this map. What else did I work on? I worked on this map. Worked on this map. Worked on this map. Some of these I've actually recorded in. Worked on this map. Actually, a lot of these I've recorded a video in. So, worked on this map, worked on this map. I've recorded on both of these maps as well. Worked on this map. This is one of my big maps. Unfortunately, it didn't do all too well. But this was like a whole 2D platformer I made. Just commands. I don't do the add-ons. Worked on this map. This map took a while, honestly. Longer than I like. Worked on this map. Yeah, I briefly worked on this map. I made the fireflies actually light up the area with like dynamic lighting with commands. This map I've recorded a bunch in. This is another map I did commands for. Oh, that's so loud. Worked on this map. I don't think I've actually recorded anything in this map, but I did work on this map. Is there any way to make blocks bigger and be entities besides the gas animation? Um, like bigger than that? Is that what you're saying? I'm not sure if there's anything bigger. Or do you mean like something that's not just animation stuff? I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I did work on this one a little bit, but not much. Worked on this map. This is one of my first maps, actually. It was like a whole parkour tower. This one also didn't do super well, unfortunately. But this one was actually really fun. This is like one of my first projects that I worked on. I didn't do the building, but I did do the commands. Essentially, we had this tower that was originally going to be like this parkour challenge. So what I did is I kind of essentially juiced it up. I'm actually curious if I have this tower still. I'm slightly distracted. This stream is like entirely distracted. I hope you guys don't mind. I don't even know if I still have this map, to be quite frank with you. Yeah, that was World War 4. This is my 2D biome platformer. Like I said, this one didn't do... Yeah, ADHD the stream, thanks. This one, unfortunately, I'm actually really disappointed. This one didn't do super well. But you know what? I'm going to showcase it on live stream. So essentially, it's a pretty simple 2D platformer. There's several different stages. And there's checkpoints. It's a completely 2D platformer. This was actually before the camera command was even implemented, so there's no camera command stuff going on here. Checkpoints, and obviously if you hit a spike, you die, and you get reset to the last checkpoint. Oh, okay, that works. Did I get it? Checkpoint? There's nothing can even kill me. And then each level had like this kind of extra optional gold block, essentially. So that's what I'm going for right now. And there was like a secret prize if you got all the gold. And you also get to wear a piece of golden armor. Yeah, this is all before the camera command was even in the game. So essentially, he does a little dance at the end of each level. And like I said, there's a different piece of gold armor you can wear. And then every level introduces new mechanics. So level 2 introduces redstone. So as you can see, redstone would open these doors, but obviously they're limited time things. So you have to race against the clock. So I'm racing against the clock. It was actually really funny. Mojang actually reached out to us to ask us how we did this because it was after camera command had already been introduced. Actually, I'm going to reset here. It was after the camera command had they talked about it, but they hadn't actually released it yet. So Mojang was not at all sure how we made this, so they reached out and asked us how we made it. So like I said, each level had an optional gold block, but you guys can see the different ways that redstone would work for like timed challenges, essentially. So essentially what's actually happening to break the fourth wall for a bit, if I look around, what actually is going on is there is a barrier track that mimics. So I have something that locks my camera position essentially facing this direction. And I have a barrier track that essentially exactly mimics the real level that you guys see. So the actual husk is just being teleported along relative to just my current position. And that's what's actually happening. But you guys can see, so like level 2 added the redstone, which kind of added like a time challenge. So you actually have to be fairly quick going through this platformer if you want to actually make it. And of course, we use redstone too because redstone visually shows the timer, which I think is also really cool. We use barriers just in case you would brush up against a block and you wouldn't want to see it. But yeah, you could use any block essentially. So then we get to level 2, do a little dance. Da-da-da-da-da. Get down tonight. So then level 3 adds disintegrating blocks. So these blocks would basically disintegrate under you and then regenerate after a short period of time. As you can see, some of these blocks are like already disintegrated from earlier, me practicing it. So basically, once I step on them, they start to disintegrate. And so kind of the goal is to show, hey, sometimes you actually need the blocks to disintegrate. Sometimes like, oh, I don't know what I hit there. I'm actually not going to lie. Sometimes you actually do need the blocks to disintegrate below you. But yes, this is all commands. This is all pre-camera commands. Oh, this guy hit the checkpoint. Sometimes it gets a little bit laggy. How did you look around without the husk teleporting to where you were? We're looking, it is a relative position thing with... So essentially, I have a couple armor stands around the side of the husk. What actually happens is there's one armor stand being constantly teleported to the husk, but it's actually being teleported to the husk, waiting a second, and then it's looking at the husk. So that way that armor stand is always looking the same direction that the husk is looking. Then I have a second armor stand that's teleporting out in front of the husk, and now the second armor stand is what the husk is being teleported facing towards. If that makes sense. So this is, like I said, this is level 3. So level 3 added the kind of the goal was like, so I designed all the levels for these, by the way. I did not do the background. That was somebody else, but the commands, as well as the individual level design, that was all my doing. It was all my design. It was really interesting because I've never designed like a 2D platformer or anything like this before. And I actually think it came out quite good. Unfortunately, this map didn't actually sell all too well, which is kind of a disappointment. We were really hoping it would do better than it ended up doing. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So you get paid based on how well it sells. So I get like a percentage of the revenue is how it... Oh, wow, I spawned here. You get a percentage of the revenue, essentially. So the better a map sells, the more I get for it. And unfortunately, this map just wasn't super popular, which was kind of a disappointment. We were hoping it was going to do better because, you know, compared to most of the things on the marketplace, we're like, hey, you know, this is fairly unique and original. But unfortunately, no, didn't sell too well. But hey, you guys can always, you know, get it for yourself. Shameless plug. But yeah, there's no add-ons in this at all. This is entirely made with commands. So then level 4 added colored portals. So essentially, I mean, you can probably figure it out. Portals. So as you can see, the beginning of the level is meant to extend, and they're also one way, I should mention. The beginning of each level is meant to essentially show you the new mechanic, and then as the levels go on, like as the level goes on, it uses the mechanic in different ways. There is a lot of platformers on the marketplace, but I mean, this is, I feel like, a fairly different one. I don't know why I did that. This is a fairly unique one. As far as I'm aware, this is actually the first 2D platform on the marketplace. I know there has been more since, but this is the first as far as I'm aware. So as you can see, we have an optional timed redstone challenge to get that last gold piece. How do you make the husk face a certain direction? Like I said, we have an armor stand teleporting to the husk and then waiting a second. The result of the waiting a second is that the husk is always looking the direction, or that the armor stand is looking in the direction the husk is moving. Then a second armor stand is teleported really far out in the direction the first armor stand is looking, and then the husk is looking towards that second armor stand. You didn't buy the map, so you just have in world files. Well, yeah, I didn't buy the map. I just have it in my own files when I worked on it. So this level added geysers. I think it was actually this was my favorite of the 6 levels. This is level 5 of 6. This one added geysers, and I think this was actually my favorite. It was the most vertical of all of them. But so kind of one of my goals is each level adds a unique mechanic, and I kind of want to show how sometimes they can actually be helpful and sometimes they can be not helpful. So for this one, you can say in the geysers it's going to get you extra height that you need, but at the same time, it's going to be quite dangerous. Oh, dang it. Because you could be getting pushed up into spikes. Oh, this is one of the hardest jumps. Trying to get I'm trying to get all the gold pieces. Let's go. Come on. And I got the gold sword. Wouldn't it be really confusing if you were joining the stream right now and like expecting me to be making a Jedi? Oh, dang it. I'm actually gonna die. It's quicker. So because we didn't have the camera command, there were actually some kind of limitations in the sense that, like, well, the camera's not there. It's quite a limitation. We can't actually control the player's camera. Whoops, I messed up. We can't actually control the player's camera. We actually have to just do some other stuff, which means that there are times that we could have done some better stuff with the camera now. Well, now that we have the command, but yeah. And then let's get to the end of the level. Does the camera shake? A side effect of lag? My camera isn't shaking. That's not a you problem. So then this is the final level. And rather than introducing a new mechanic, what we wanted to do is actually just reintroduce, whoops. What we wanted to do is actually reintroduce all the old mechanics and just put them together. So for the first time, we see, and I want to show that right at the beginning. So the first level introduced, oh man, I'm messing up so bad. First level kind of introduced spikes. We have the falling platforms. We have the timed redstone. We have the portals. The whole point is to actually show, hey, now everything is together. And I messed up really bad. Ugh, man, I keep messing up. So what I'm doing is I'm hitting the jet as I'm trying to jump, which prevents me from actually jumping. There we go. Okay. Is it concerning that certain blocks are intractables, making that block unusable for general builds, or is there a way around it? I'm not quite sure what you're meaning by that. And the reason people won't buy maps like these because they think we'll put too much strain on their device. No, that's not it, honestly, from what I can tell. The decisions that people make about buying marketplace maps befuddles me very much because some of the maps that I've been a part of, some of them sell really, really well. That, in my opinion, kind of suck. Like, some of the least favorite maps that I have worked on are actually the best selling. And like the most unoriginal too. Which kind of sucks. I'll say that much. Because like there's some that whether or not this like I will say this map does have some issues, right? But it's still a very creative and original map. We have other maps that I really like that I think they're very creative and I think they're very original. Ah, dang, I got stuck on the falling block. That just didn't sell well. And like I said, some of the ones that we do sell well, just I don't like. I think they're boring maps, quite frankly. But I don't get to make the rules, man. I make the maps, and man, I'm sucking my own parkour. To be fair, I've not played this in months. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I mean, part of it's skill level, part of it's just what interests people these days. That is a skip, by the way. I actually didn't intend for that, but I quite like it. With the art restriction. So then this part, there's like 3 optional ways up, so you get to choose which one you want. I go this way because the last one is the easiest in my opinion. Eh. Yeah, I mean, like, here's the thing. Like, the best sellers are like mansions. Like, just pre-built survival spawns. Now this is the part that's the hardest. This part is probably the hardest part of the game. So what you have to do is you have to go down here first, then activate that redstone pressure plate, and then you have to go across all these blocks, including watching out for the... and I messed up. You have to go across a whole bunch of falling blocks while racing a very tight redstone clock. My goodness. Facing a very tight redstone clock. Actually, the lower level is harder than the upper level. Come on. I've done this so many times. Tested this map to its extremes. But I'm also not making that jump for some reason. Whoa! Okay. How do you tell that to the player? Tell what to the player? That they're bad at making decisions? Or that they only purchase boring maps? I don't know. But, yeah, unfortunately, like I said, this map didn't do all too well. I did not jump far enough. Oh, which is a shame. This is one of my earlier maps, and this one actually took a very long time because of some technical issues that came with, I guess, sand, I think it was. Yeah, unfortunately, this map was... I almost had it, and I walked off the edge. Come on, come on. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so now I get up here. We have the second redstone clock, but this one is significantly easier. So I just got to not mess it up. And we get to the last points. So the last point is a giant redstone race down multiple levels. Once again, utilizing every single mechanic that we have shown in all the previous levels. And there's a whole bunch of levels you basically have to get your way down without dying on any of them. What is this? This is one of my marketplace maps. Dang it, I need to wait longer for those things to reappear sometimes. Oh, that one's so tight. Oh my goodness. Whatever. You want to know how to use it because it doesn't work? What are you talking about? Are you trying to show the coordinates? Is that what you're trying to do? What is this called? This is Super 2D platformer. I'm gonna give up and just show you. This is what the map kind of looks like. Actually, that second level is probably the hardest of all the levels, to be honest. But then, let's just say I actually do make it to the end. I'm gonna cheat. Oh, whoops. I'm gonna cheat here. And if I make it to the end, and I have all the golden gear, then there's a secret ending that pops up. As you can see, I made it to the end, so now this golden platform appears. Oops. Dang it. So this is kind of like the secret ending if you get all the collectibles, essentially. And then I will just show you guys a brief look at what all the maps look like from the other side. Unfortunately, the way the game ended up working, it's a little bit too close up, I think, to actually enjoy some of these backgrounds, I think. Because these backgrounds are quite good looking. But yeah, this is one of my bigger projects. Let's see. You guys want to see my first ever kit PvP? This is my first ever kit PvP, guys. Look at all these classes I got. Man, this is so old. These commands for this is so very old. There's loot crates because you can bring in consumables. Apparently the loot crates don't work anymore. Whatever. So then there's even more classes up here. So there's a whole bunch of them that do different stuff. I have no idea if this still works. I'm curious. So keep in mind, this, by the way, is older than the camera commands by a lot, I should mention. This is much older than the camera commands. So this was essentially my form of making an explosive drone before we actually even had camera commands. I have no idea if this still works. So basically, you put an armor stand, and normally the armor stand would be decorated, but some of the commands don't work anymore. And then I'm actually this little rabbit that goes up to people, and if I hit somebody, if I get near enough to somebody, they die because I explode, and then I actually go back to where I was. Oh, that's right, I made it so if nobody else is online, it would spawn an NPC that you could fight. You see, I blew it up, and it just teleports me back here. But like I said, this is way before camera commands were a thing. This is way before camera commands existed. This is essentially how I made a drone before cameras existed. And then, by the way, this is like old. This is the old execute and everything. And also, if the rabbit died, it would kill the drone too. So I can go back to spawn. Let's see. I mean, there's a whole bunch of these. There's Iron Man. So I don't even remember what all these did. This is a missile. This is just a laser blaster, just normal crossbow. This was the rocket jump. Actually, instant damage is not going to do much on that guy. So yeah, the rocket jump. Then you had like this is a missile made of endermites for some reason. I don't think it actually works. Chat, where is the Jedi? That's a great question. I got distracted. This is the admin room. No, this is the donator room. That's what it was. There's a special kit, I think. I said, this was like my very first ever realm. One of my first ever realms. Let's see. There's the creeper one where you just go up to somebody and explode. You can become a spider. Survivalist, Trickster, the Defender, the Fairy, the Tempest, the Heavy Gunner, the Grappler. The Grappler is one of my favorite ones. The Plague Walker was fun because you would actually be super weak, but you would give people an infectious disease that would give them constant poison. Boop, boop, boop. Pay to win. Yeah, it was kind of pay to win. I will admit. Like I said, this is my first ever time doing this, alright? Give me a break. Oh man. That does not work as well as I remember it working. Let's see, there's the Vampire, which pretty cool. You had a life suck ability. You had the ability to transform between a human and a vampire. Maybe. It might not work. Okay, it does work. So in this form, you can't actually attack, but you can get around really easily. I lost a loyal customer. Yeah, my bad. Listen, like I said, it was my first one, alright. Give me a small break. Where's the soldier? So the soldier had... I don't even remember what all he had. And yes, you do have to manually gear up. So there's a concussion grenade that would go on the ground, and then I think it would just give nausea. Yeah, so it gives nausea. Then I could do the artillery strike, which would summon in fireworks over every player randomly. But also, if you're the only person online, it's just going to focus fire on you, so it actually can hurt you and kill you. And then I also had the LMG, but that apparently damages myself. I don't go to the detonator room. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. Tempest was really good because there's a rotating selection of maps. So there's one map that was like on a floating island, so you could just knock people off as the Tempest. Now I will say that there was a lot of things you could buy, but most of them you didn't actually have to pay for. There's the tornado. I don't even remember what the tornado did, but it did something. He had fireworks, so you could fly a little bit, and slow falling potions. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff for my first ever kid PvP. Let's see what other realms I can find. Because apparently I'm not working on the Jedi. I'll get to it, don't worry. The UGCs, Thor's Hammer, that's one of my older videos. Server join, some older video stuff. You guys have seen some of these videos, some of these maps. Holiday Resort was actually a big free map that we worked on for Crack Tubes. Guppy, what do you think about people stealing your tutorials and using them for realms with no credit? Honestly, I don't really care. Go ahead. Like, yeah, I'd appreciate it if you say it's made by Guppy, but I don't really care about that much, to be quite frank with you. The issue I do have is I have people who have just stolen my commands and then made their own tutorials about them. That I'm definitely not okay with, is they made their own tutorials and then like didn't credit me at all. There's been a couple of instances of that, but that's not super important. This is another kit PvP I made. This was the third kit PvP I made. This is like a futuristic one. There's rotating maps, different classes, that kind of stuff. Yeah, there was like a whole bunch of different classes that had different abilities that were pretty cool. They were a little bit more advanced than my old ones. Like this one. Pass through my... look at this one. So this one you could double jump, but I guess you can't right now. Probably broke. This one I had a thermite launcher, which would basically... Apparently it doesn't work either. It might not work. Should be a lingering damage, but yeah, some of these are really old. I appreciate that, QB. Thank you. Like I said, I'm not super concerned about people using it in realms and not crediting me. Like I prefer if they did, but it's whatever if they don't. Um, that's not my biggest deal. I do like I said, I do have more problem when people steal my tutorials and make their own tutorials. Like I said, which has happened. What are your thoughts on command add-ons? I'm not sure what you mean. Can I copyright them? It's difficult. I mean, it's one of those things you gotta like prove it, and it's not worth it. Like I can't afford a lawyer, guys. I'm a small YouTube channel. Can't afford a lawyer. As in an add-on that gives more commands to work with. Oh yeah, stuff like being able to detect sneak and detect double jumping, like these kinds of things, and like detect me swing. I absolutely love those commands. I use them all the time. Those add-ons. I don't use them in tutorials because I want my tutorials to not require add-ons. Um, but no, I think they're great for projects and such. Tell me the link. The one I would always use is detect. The detect add-on. I don't know what other than that you'd call it. Because I mean, it's the thing is, it's like we have the same stuff in Java. Like this stuff exists in Java. And that's one of the things. Like if it's one of those things that doesn't exist in Java, then I'd say, yeah, okay, maybe you're going a little bit too far, and it's not really just strictly commands. But honestly, the the add-ons that they're just like, hey, here's detecting sneaking or detecting jumping or something like that. Um, that already exists in Java. Like I still think that's just vanilla commands at that point. I'm not gonna lie. Epic add-ons, yeah, Mojang's making them difficult to make. I don't think it was an intentional decision though. I think people got a little bit too upset about that, and they shouldn't have. I wish I could show you some of that stuff, but I can't. This is another cool map that also did not sell well. Unfortunately, this is I did a couple of older tutorials in this map. I mean, this is a really cool map, but it did not do particularly successful. This is called Dwarven Mines. Oh, look at that. That's just cool. Yeah, this is the one I did Lucky Blocks and Selector tutorial in. Yeah, this is the map I worked. This is one of the maps I worked on. This map is one of your favorite. I had a really complicated cookie clicker based system essentially. You could donate pickaxes, and that would give them to the dwarves essentially, and then the higher tier pickaxes would actually build up, and eventually you would find minecarts that would ride along these trails. And if you caught the minecart at some point along the trail, you could just take the resources from it. No, these are old maps that I don't think have even sold well. I'm just showing off some of the stuff I've done. We can go back to being in Jedi's if you guys want, though. Is Dwarven Mines a copy of Dwarven Mining Company? I don't know what Dwarven Mining Company is. I think this one. Let's see. I don't know Dwarven Mining Company. This one? I'm not sure when this one came out, though. That's the thing. It's hard to tell how old these things are. Oh yeah, this is a lot more in depth, it looks like. No, the one I was showing was just more of a survival spawn, because that's most of the stuff that we do is just survival spawns. Alright. I see that coin texture. Yeah, I mean, textures get reused. That's kind of how things work. So. Oh, really? We're supposed to check that. Okay. Anyways, let's get back to animation. So I think we have a decent thing going on here. I don't know. Does anyone know any animations that makes the command a little bit more violent in terms of like how fast it swings around? Because that would probably end up looking better. Because right now the animations we're using are just too slow. So if you guys have any suggestions for the animations, go ahead and give them to me. Because that's just a little bit too slow. But yeah, this is the deflection ability. Okay. So, what should the other two abilities then be for the Jedi? I think the Jedi should at base have do I use this one? Yeah. What happened to like gun add-on creators? Guns are not allowed on the marketplace. There's a lot of things that are not allowed on the marketplace. I'll say that. I don't know if I can say any more than that. What am I doing? Oh yeah, I want to give Jedi slow falling and jump boost by default. Blasters are kind of weird. They're You can actually, but they can't look anything like a gun. It's really weird. Um, yeah, yeah. The Nerf guns are allowed. They're I think this is stuff I'm allowed to say. So I won't go very in depth, but like it just can't look like a modern day gun. Is essentially it. It can be a Nerf gun. It can be like a futuristic gun. But it can't look like it can't look like a flintlock. It can't look like an old gun. It cannot look like guns. I don't know why I'm capitalizing. Jump juiced. Aren't hose that have the name gun? Yeah, you're not allowed to have references to guns unless it's very clearly like a Nerf gun or a blaster. But blasters are ooh. So this map, Galactic PvP Battlegrounds has some futuristic weapons. Like there's a laser bow. We kind of there's just some stuff. The weapons that we have in this map are probably about as close as you can get to real weapons. Or gonna make a map that's really gruesome, but guns are money guns and blood is confetti. Oh, blood's not allowed either. You can't even use redstone to insinuate blood. Like you can't just have redstone dust sitting around. That's not allowed either. Yeah. Alright, let's make some abilities. What should the Jedi abilities be? Yeah, a lot of horror maps not on the marketplace do redstone dust. What about a crossbow? A crossbow's allowed. If it's like functions as a crossbow, it is allowed actually. weird. It's weird, man. No, you can use redstone and contraptions. You just can't use it to insinuate in any way that it's blood. That's all. Okay, so what else should we do for the Jedi? I want to hear your suggestions, guys. Let's hear them. What do you guys want to do? It can't be allowed to insinuate blood. Here's the thing, though. Depending on the map, Mojang just kind of like skirts the rules. Force lighting is not a Jedi thing. Yeah, depending on who's making the map, sometimes Mojang is not as strict on their own rules. Force push, yeah, makes sense. I'm just gonna do a quick force push thing. Probably should do damage too. At what point is a crossbow a gun? If I powered a crossbow with gunpowder, they probably wouldn't like it. I'll say that much. There's some times where they will permit things that they don't exactly like, I guess. See you, Hayden. Some Jedi, the one Sidious killed in Order 66 that died in a ship, they could use Force Lightning. No, it was not a light ability. It was a dark Force ability. Even if they were Jedi using it, so it wasn't really. Force Push doing damage. It would do like a little bit, like not much. But I just wanted for balance reasons. Some light users can, but that doesn't make it a Jedi ability, though. Right, which we make the Force thing out of the Force Push. Oh, just another quartz that work. Yeah, unfortunately, all the books got decanonized though to make way for you know, some other stuff that's really good. Some you guys know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. What about a lightsaber? Yeah, so the lightsaber we already made. So it's basically diamond sword, and the special ability that it has is when I sneak, I can actually deflect the lasers back, whatever's shooting at me. Also, are you placing command blocks while flying? You can sneak while you're flying. I just hold the spacebar and sneak at the same time. Jedi. Jedi, and then quartz. Quartz. Oh, by the way, how many of you guys participated in my challenge? I've got to forget how many people. I think I had 36 submissions that I looked through, because I did actually look through everything, even though I didn't um, include everything. Yeah, and I apologize. I didn't release the time during the original video because I wasn't sure how much time I should do it, because I expected a lot less submissions than I got. I got way more than I was expecting. So that's why I kind of added the time shortly afterwards and made it fairly short time frame. I do want to do more of those in the future. So like for this one, it was the 10K special. So when I get to 15K special, I'll probably do another competition like that. It's 3, push 1. What is the point of title raw compared to the regular title? So title raw, when you're just doing like a pre-placed, like pre-types, you just want to say hello world or something like that. Title is always going to be better. Title raw is better because it can use scoreboards and selector arguments, that kind of stuff. So many ideas but no confidence. Hey man, don't worry about it. It's even if you don't get included in the showcase, it's still a great practice and a great way to learn. So don't even worry about being unconfident. As 3 at s run tp at s pop facing at p tag equals Jedi as item equals quartz location equals slot dot weapon dot main hands. So yeah, you can do like the scores, as in you can select a player with scores, but Title Raw lets you display a scoreboard number. Yes, Title Raw can dial splash. Very eloquent. I'm just kidding. Oh, there we go. All right. Can you help me with Title Raw? I have a tutorial on Title Raw, so I would suggest check that out. Guppy, did you know you can make hit scan projectiles? Okay, hit scan and projectiles are not the same thing. Just to be clear. I think it's called custom scoreboards or something along those lines. I forget. It actually doesn't. It's not super old, but it doesn't have a thumbnail. So look for something without a custom thumbnail. Is an instant projectiles? Do you just mean like doing multiple teleports repeated? Is that what you're talking about? Just multiple teleports, multiple like damage checkers. Why don't I use snowballs with tags in my creations? Because you can't summon in a snowball with a name. Yeah, I know you can repeat multiple teleports. It's just often not worth it. I do sometimes, just not often, because I don't always think it's worth it. Okay. So I need to make a scoreboard. Objectives, displays, display sidebar. Yeah, you can spawn tag builds with structure blocks, but then you have to do extra commands to teleport them. It's really not that super helpful. I don't remember what the video is called, Benji, but it doesn't have a thumbnail if that helps. I can barely hear if that sound's actually working or not because it is so loud. I'm gonna do the trident whoosh. It's just a better sound. Man, it's so loud. I don't know what you guys are hearing or not, but it is really loud outside my door, outside my room. Not my dorm because I'm not in college right now. That works. Okay, cool. So, scoreboard, players, add at A, at B, scores equal, push equals 1, push 1, that, and then execute as at E, tag equals, push equals 1, dot dot, at S, run TP at S. How often I work on maps, like marketplace maps? I don't know. I was watching anymore. Oh, might be because hold on. True facing at P, tag equals Jedi. Let's do that. Okay. Does my Discord have an age limit? No. I try to make it family friendly. Oh, I'm also doing the wrong direction. There we go. Does YouTube pay enough for like an apartment? I'm living with my parents right now. I'm a college student. Does it pay enough for an apartment? No, not right now. If I get bigger, maybe. But at the moment, no, it does not. No, what I'd really need is let me do 8. All right, I need to get my channel significantly bigger to actually be able to live off YouTube, which would be cool, but I'm definitely not big enough yet. Still growing. One of the main issues with my channel growth specifically is essentially because I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think to myself. I'm trying to do commands at the same time while thinking, which is not always a great idea. The main issue that I have with my channel growth right now is essentially I don't have enough watch time. What happens is because of the way that YouTube promotes videos, one of the biggest things that I actually need to grow is like percentage watched of things. And because of the nature of tutorials, I'm just going to disable this for now. Because of the nature of tutorials, most people will watch like the first 2 minutes and then drop out when I actually get to the tutorial. Like once I'm done with the showcase, people don't really watch anymore. So what I really need to do is make content that people watch the whole way through, essentially. And facing a P, yeah. Make content that people watch the whole way through. Thing is, with just tutorials, most people don't do that. So if you guys do want to help out the channel, one of the best ways you can do that, by the way, is whenever I have a new tutorial, just watch it the whole way through the first time you watch it. That's actually one of the best ways for getting YouTube to promote my things. But yeah, it's one of those things that it's like it could be in the future, but right now, definitely not. Put showcase at the end, no, that just means people wouldn't watch it. What's up, Derry? Does anyone have any play animation suggestions, by the way, for this ability? For the force push? Anyone have any play animation suggestions for what animations we should use for the force push? Hero pose, is that what you're suggesting? Let's see if I have this set up the way I'm thinking I have this set up. Well, that kind of works. Kind of. Yeah, what do you guys think of this? For the force push? Lot, you do rotate the wrist. Yeah, so you actually can actually kind of see it in first person. Because it disappears. The issue is most of the items that you hold won't actually work with it. Alright, what should the last ability for the Jedi be? You know, I did a Halloween special one time last year, and it was so disappointing because I worked really hard and I got a whole bunch of spooky music and nobody watched it. I also don't want to do really niche abilities. I don't even know what the Yoda ability that you're talking about is. I don't want to do something that's super niche. The Yoda ball? I don't know what the Yoda ball is. I'm not gonna lie. Because we also want to balance it. Right now, we have no ranged options. All we can do, if we want to fight a trooper who's shooting us at range or throwing grenades at us, right now, all we can do is either push them back, which doesn't actually help us, unless we're in like a really tight jam. We can push them back, which isn't the most helpful thing. Um, or we have to close the gap. I mean, we can also, like I said, deflect. What do you guys think? You shoot it out and it explodes and cause poison effects. What Yoda ball ability? If I look up Yoda ball on YouTube, am I gonna find what you're talking about? Yeah, I definitely don't see what you're talking about. Should we do just force pull? Just do the reverse and do force pull? Because that way you can actually bring someone in close enough to do damage. Boomerang type lightsaber, I'm going to be doing that for the Sith. The Sith are going to have that instead of deflection. So I say we do force pull. What should we do for force pull? Because that way, think about that. Force push is for when you're getting cornered, you push everybody back. Force pull is going to bring everybody in, so that way you can actually like start stabbing them. What are the cloak disappear thing? That's just dying. That's called dying. What should we use for force pull though? The light gray dye. Because I also want to do, like I said, I want to do something that's going to help you close the gap. Because right now, your only two options to actually damage somebody is deflecting a blaster or being in melee. So I think we need an ability that allows you to close the gap by bringing people closer. This way you can actually really control where people are by like comboing both force pull and force push. Force heals, don't even bring up force heal with me right now. Force heal is such a dumb retconned ability. And also, like I said, I'm trying to make something specifically that helps close in the gap. That helps you actually be offensive. Because right now there's not much offensive capability with this kit, and that's what I'm trying to fix right now. That's the light gray die. I don't make anime things because I don't watch anime. Three. What about the ability to give your opponent Stormtrooper aim? Yeah. Ever considered medieval classes? Yeah, I mean, that's something we could do in the future too. Definitely like a necromancer, mage, these kinds of things. I mean, that's kind of what I did for my own like personal realm. And Force Pool is going to have a longer range, but also a longer cooldown. I do 10 with a range of 6, I think. Lights, ray, die. Yeah, right now I'm working classes. If you want to make a series, I could send you my commands. You could refine them and save some work. I like to design my own. I think that's one of the fun things. It's kind of making things your own. That's why when I always make commands, I always try to tell people, like, obviously people have different levels of skill. Some people are just not capable yet of doing more than just literally copy and pasting. Some people are not even capable of that, quite frankly. Um, so what I like to do is just make it my own, but I always like to recommend that people, hey, mess around, like, try and make this your own. Like, genuinely try and make this something that is way more your own than what I made. Because that's honestly the best way to learn too, is to I have found, at least the way that I learned, is that I needed to, because I didn't know obviously when I was starting off. I think it's really hard to start off with a blank slate. One of the ways that I started learning was taking what other people made and then slowly over time trying to adjust them and figure them out. Have you ever made custom maps? Yeah, I make maps for the marketplace, and I also have made realms and similar stuff. Tutorials have taught me great. That's great to hear. Does this work on Bedrock? Yes, all my commands are Bedrock and only Bedrock. That's another reason I do like doing things on Bedrock, even though it's more limited. Um, People often kind of fail to consider. Uh, People often fail to consider like how much you can do. And so one of the things I do like doing, one of the reasons I do like staying on Bedrock, is because often people really don't know what you can actually do. So one of the things that I really hope to do as time goes on is show people, hey, there's actually a lot that you can do within Bedrock. This is my hope. That's my hope of what I want to show people. Have I heard of Brown Code 67? Yes. Not particularly a huge fan of him personally, but yeah. Am I ever on my realm? Not as much anymore because unfortunately it was pretty easily realized that it was way too laggy for me to continue working on it, and when I realized I couldn't continue working on it, I really didn't want to. So yeah. How come I don't work on it? It's too laggy. Okay, let me check out chat again. Was my preferred version Bedrock? It's just what I'm more used to. Because I started on Xbox. I'm on PC now, obviously, but I started on Xbox, and so this kind of always has soft spot in my heart. Uh, Scoreboard objectives, play sidebar. Ooh. Why did the TP command not work? As E, added as run, facing a P titles Jedi. Because of chat. Oh, why don't I like brown coat? There's once or twice where it sort of looked like he sort of stole from my video from one of my tutorials, but I don't think that was actually the case. However, he always comes across really narcissistic, and if you guys have ever seen his second channel, um, it's really, really cringe. It's really cringe. Okay, why is the TP's not working? Oh wait, was my force push not working then the entire time? Yeah, okay. Well, that makes sense. Hold on. Yeah, I'm dumb. I don't know how to type out a TP command. Am I your father? Potentially. No way to know for sure. There we go. That's a lot better. Bronco has a lot of clickbait. Yeah, I mean that's one of the things I don't like about him as well, but I don't think that's a terrible thing. I get it. It's YouTube. You gotta get it. You gotta get out there. Like you gotta do things to get out there. Um, so I don't super blame him for that. I'll be honest. It's YouTube. My videos are never clickbait. Yeah, because I hate it. It's like I really hate clickbait, and so because of that, I try to avoid it at all costs. But I don't super blame YouTubers who do, because it can be difficult to get, especially as a smaller creator. It can be very difficult to get out there sometimes. So it's like a little bit, just a little bit of both, I suppose. Clickbait. I mean, I would kind of consider on the long, essentially lying, like very misleading. If it wasn't broke, I'd become a member. I appreciate that. One of the things with my membership program is it's one of those things. Hey, if you like my channel and you want to support me, that's great. I really appreciate it. As a reward, I'm going to give you early access to membership stuff. But I'm never going to make stuff exclusive to members because I don't think that's fair. So yes, there will be early access things that are for members, but it will never be members only. So if you are worried that you can't afford it, don't worry. There's never going to be anything that's exclusive to members permanently. But for those who can support the channel, they get a little early access. That's my mentality. Actually, I think it looks pretty good. I think this works pretty well. This definitely feels actually pretty smooth on my ends. Like this definitely feels like it kind of feels like you're actually like using Jedi abilities. I'm not gonna lie, this actually feels really smooth. It's like, come here. All right, get out of here. Nah, come here. Nah, I don't want that too. Get out of here. Yeah, like I said, I don't like that mentality. I don't want to force you guys to. It's, hey, if you guys want to support the channel and you are financially able to do so, I will reward you with early access, but all of my videos will always be publicly available because I think it's cringe to do else otherwise. Where did I get my skin from? Jolly Defer, who is one of the staff on my Discord, who also does all my texture packs for whenever I make servers and stuff, made my skin for me. I should stream 30 minutes earlier. What do you mean? Oh, like for members only? Like do a members only stream? Is that what you're saying? Also, Duck, if you have set stream times, what are they? Because I love the stream, but I missed the last one. Here's the thing. Unfortunately, I'm a student. I'm a college student. I have family and other stuff going on. I simply can't maintain an actual stream schedule. I do try to put them out as early as I'm start the stream earlier. What are you talking about? For members or just in general? Um, it's one of the things, but like I do try to do a stream schedule. I really do wish that I could, but I'm busy and I'm busy, especially with being a student, other life, work, these types of things. I can't. I can't. I try to do lately. I've been trying to do like once a weekend, but yeah. How do I make videos in college? Dude, I have college jobs and I got all kinds of stuff going on. But yeah, one of the nice things is that the goal is hopefully I get YouTube big enough that it can help pay for college loans and stuff. So that's kind of one of the reasons that I keep working on it. And like I said, if you guys do want to really support the channel, honestly, the best thing that you can do for free is just watch my videos whenever they come out. Just watch them the whole way through. Like that's one of the biggest things that YouTube is looking for. So if you guys do like the channel and want to support it, honestly, the best thing you can do is just watch the video the whole way through. Surprised in all of my stream, my family's ever interrupted. Well, my dad's at golf and my mom is working, so that's why. And also, whenever they do interrupts, I mute my microphone because I have like a mic that I can, like a physical mic that I can, it's a headset, so I can like swing it back into my headphone to instant mute it faster than my family can interrupt me. My dog interrupts me a lot though, but he's pretty quiet and he's also very cute, so I don't really mind. Yeah, don't remind you of college loans. I mean, the nice thing for me, college loans are not terrible because I get free tuition through my mom's job, which is really helpful. And then I also have like an on-campus job that is going to pay for part of my remaining costs and then some other stuff. If I do it 2 years in a row, it pretty much covers everything else, so that also helps. Yeah, I don't have like a separate mic. I use a headset with mic on it. It's actually several years old, but I mean, it's got me this far. Slightly broken, but I mean, you just glue some metal joints onto it and it'll work. But I mean, that's pretty much it for the Jedi stream. If you guys want to do anything else, though, before I end stream, let me know. This is it for the Jedi. Get out of here. Nah, come on. But also get out of here. What's up, Scuttle Boy? Will you do a setup tour, just like setup? Dude, I don't think I've done any. I don't think I posted anything from real life on my channel other than pictures of my dog. I just have a pre-built. Right now I have a wide monitor, but when I'm at school I use like a normal monitor. Like I have a wide curved monitor, which makes streaming a lot easier, but I don't have room to bring this monitor to school. So when I'm at school, I just have like a pretty standard monitor. So yeah, more map showcases. You guys want to see more maps? I posted some pictures on Discord. If you go scroll through my community tab, I posted a couple of pictures of my dog Clyde. Yeah, I'll look around on. If you guys want to see anything else, I'll scroll through my old world, see if I can find anything that's interesting enough to show you guys. Um, do a lot of World Chaos copies because I'm just made copies instead of making it a realm. How old am I? I'm 21. Because we're just gonna stream a random game real quick. Just not even Minecraft. You know what? Let's go on one of the servers. Which one? No, not Life, but I guess the Hive. Hive's probably the best one. Is there just a server called Enchanted Dragons? I don't think I even realized that. It's literally just called Enchanted Dragons. Do you interact with your community on Minecraft? I mean, on Discord. I'm pretty active on the Discord. That's probably where I interact the most. I do want to do some more challenges. So I had some ideas for videos that are something along the lines of like, I know prison breaks are kind of a big thing right now. One thing that I had an idea for that I can't quite do because one piece is missing. I wanted to make essentially a Minecraft prison entirely out of command blocks and then just get like 10 random of my viewers to like try and escape. But the catch is I make a command block prison and the whole prison is made of command blocks, but the people trying to escape actually have operator. That would be the kind of catch. So the issue is there essentially was a way that I could even make it so that, oh, that's so weird seeing my own skin like that. There's a way that I could have made it so that you can't even disable commands properly, but unfortunately that way is kind of broken right now. So the kind of idea is shot because I want it to be, hey, you guys have operator, but you still need to figure out how to get past the prison that I've set up. So, but unfortunately some things don't work. But I do have, looks like the update block. I do have some things that are kind of like interactive things where I want to do kind of like a whole big challenge, essentially. That like players can join up. Like it'll probably be on a live stream initially, and then I'll make a video of it out later. But then that'll be something where players can join up. If you're a member, which I actually don't even have any channel members at the moment, but like obviously members would get early access, but then after that it'd be first come first serve, and then you guys would get to be in the video. I would essentially have a video. You guys would be obviously featured in it. I do it on a live stream, then I make a video about it, like, hey, escape the command block prison, or I don't know. If you guys have any other suggestions for something like that, let me know, because I do want to do something where I have like a challenge. It's got to be command block themed though. You shout me out at the end if I buy like text. Yeah, yeah, I'll shout you out. But it's got to be command block themes, because I have a theme for my channel. It's clearly command blocks. I don't want to do something else. I think that just kind of ruins it if you just do too much. Like, I'm not just a Minecraft guy. I'm a Bedrock commands guy. I want to... Oh, that's cursed. That's cursed. I want to be the Bedrock command guy. I don't want to be just anything. So if you guys have any ideas for something that's like a big challenge that people can join, like I said, something along the lines of like a command block prison where even people have op and they try to get out, something like that. Or like a command block battle, something along those lines. The issue is, of course, with like, hey, make command block weapons and then duke it out. Well, the issue is you can just make a slash kill. So that doesn't quite work. So yeah, just those kinds of stuff. If you guys have any ideas, let me know. Yes, community help you make a prison. Do you mean like because like I said, I do want to make sure it's got to be a command block related something, because if it's not, then it's just not quite me. So what are you asking about, guide? The guide? The issue is fill commands. So yeah, keep it. The thing is, one of the ideas that I had, actually, I'm pretty sure I've thought it through pretty well, would actually function still. Like, believe it or not, it would actually still function. even if you did fill commands, I had a way around that. I had a pretty robust system. It's just one of the items of it didn't work. And also, you wouldn't actually know where any of the commands I had set up were, because I'd be constantly teleporting you guys. You can make it so that certain people can use commands. Well, I wanted the whole thing would be, I think it'd be really interesting if everyone had operator. Now, I could do a separate set of commands where it's like, okay, the only rule is, what is my name on Minecraft? It's Guppy Duck. The only rule is you can't turn off commands. You can't do command blocks enabled false. So I could still do that. I really wanted to not have to do that because of my original version, if it worked the way I wanted it to. I could actually prevent that. Like there's a way that with no mods or anything, I could actually prevent people turning off commands. Which is unfortunate that that doesn't work. Because I could have done a fully, like, completely legit kind of, hey, you can use any command you want. So I could still do it and just have it, hey, just you can't turn off commands. And that's the only rule. It's not quite as interesting, but still works. But like any other commands, like fill, teleport, set block, game rule even, like all of that would be allowed. So that might be something I still end up doing. I just have to do it and be like, hey, here's the rule. You can't turn off commands. Can you make... What's your method for tanking slash kill? Because I know slash kill is kind of weird because it doesn't actually kill you. It does void damage. Which is like a specific type of damage that kind of goes through things. Yay. All right, let's do a chat. What's your method though, Kiwi? So is it just extra hearts, or because I don't think resistance works on void damage. Could you make a weapon and then every minute you switch and you works on your opponent's weapon? Yeah, I mean it does take away brokenness. It's just it's the thing that ends up being the problem that ends up happening is that there's just no way to balance it because you can make a damage command do whatever you want. And yes, you can say, well, you switch it. It's just, unfortunately, that doesn't actually make it balanced. There really is no way to make it balanced, unfortunately. So, yeah. Min health 1. Oh, you're saying change the health. So you're not saying with commands, though. You mean with, like, MBT, like, editors. Can you make mobs who your bodyguards? I've kind of already done that, actually, Manish. If you look at my Super Allay, I have done... That's a freaking train? Hold on. The JSON stuff, yeah. I mean, can you do it with... I'm saying, can you do it without mods, without, like, external softwares? Just commands. Dude, why is there a train? I want to find that train. I should probably be going backwards, right? Because I'm not going to catch up to it. So I've done some LA kind of stuff, bodyguards, sort of. I've also done it with the, if those of you who have played World of Chaos, I did some stuff with the Clyde artifact. However, I am not very satisfied with the way the Clyde artifact came out. There's a lot of refining that I could do to make that a lot better. Wait, so what you having problem with slash kill? So we were discussing kind of like events and challenges that we could do as like a community, and a commonly suggested idea is people make weapons out of commands and then battle each other. The issue that comes out of that is that you don't actually have to make a balanced weapon, you just make a weapon that slash kills something. which is not great. Yeah, like it doesn't end up actually being that fun of a challenge. Because I'm trying to think of ideas that are like kind of community command block challenges. Because I want to do something where like players can actually engage. Like I can set up a time where it's a live stream and I get like 10 or 20 or however many random viewers I have to join up. And then there's some kind of challenge that they have to beat. And it's somehow related to commands. Um, whether it's a competition or it's like working together to get out of a prison or something along those lines. I'm not sure, but if you downgrade the server to 1.17 and use a plugin, okay, well, that doesn't really count. I'm talking like vanilla commands. Okay, maybe have a rule that if you make a weapon that it fits into a certain class, they're limited to the amount of damage you're allowed to make them do. Like sword thing does this damage and rocket that. Yeah, then that's the thing, but it's still okay. So you can have your rocket can do 10 damage at max, okay? Well, what stops you from firing 50,000 rockets? Okay, well then you say, well, you can only fire this many rockets a minute. Okay, well I can still make the rockets just teleport to you. It's like if you're just making something out of commands purely for the sake of winning, it's just so easy to make something that's super unbalanced in a competition sense. Not in a fun sense, not in a balanced sense, but if you're just trying to win a fight, you're not going to make a balanced weapon. Maybe you will, maybe the other person won't. Can I ride this train? Let's go. Yeah. So make something that looks cool. Well, that's kind of what I did. So that's what I did in the command block challenge that I sent out. That's coming out this Friday. And I do really like that challenge. I want to do another one for 15,000. But, we'll see. We'll see what happens. If you guys have any other suggestions, take the commands from the challenge submissions. Yeah, I mean, you could do that theoretically, but hello. Yeah, the challenge is really fun. I do want to do more. Like I said, I'm definitely going to be doing one for 15K subs. So obviously, help me get there, guys. I am currently at 10,527. $15,000? No. No. Yeah, you did stream snipe me. No. So I'm currently at 10,527 subs. When I get to 15,000 subs, I will do another competition. Good question. How about a community poll after the video where people who made the weapons where they can vote if the weapons were fair? There's just too many things. There's too many things that go wrong with it. Like you either put too many rules that there's no creativity, or not enough rules that there's no balance. There isn't a super great way to do that. Now, I can do something along the lines of I make a bunch of weapons and then other people use them and we have some kind of competition in that sense, right? That's something that's more possible. But those things aren't always the most interesting because it's not really as much of a competition between people at that point. So that's not as fun. It ends up being that making weapons is fun for tutorials. It just does not end up being good for like challenges. That's I think, unfortunately, the end goal. The end result is that it's not fun for a challenge. Next stream, play Bed Wars. I'm gonna play Bed Wars right now. Suck at Bed Wars. Actually, I don't want to play Bed Wars. I want to play. I don't even remember what it's called. It might be Ground Wars. Yeah, I think it's Ground Wars. I like Ground Wars. Why don't you just judge them and say, well, that's what I end up doing. That's what I'm doing with this challenge, actually. So, yeah. That's what this challenge is. just that. I've been trying to expand my content too, because like I said, one of the issues I'm having with YouTube is making it just things that people watch the whole way through. And with tutorials, people don't watch tutorials the whole way through. Ever. They don't. So yeah, one of the things that I actually want to do is make more things for people to watch. So one of the things that I started doing was my normal survival SMP. Now, you know, spoiler alert, if you guys have actually watched it, it's not normal. That's the whole point of the thing. It was a joke. So yeah, it's one of those things where it's like there's a lot that can be done, but there's not a lot that always gets balanced. What's this? Refill? Oh, okay. So yeah, it's not. Oh, I think I got killed. So yeah, one of the things that I want to do with the normal survival series is the reason I quite like it. I don't know. I have no idea what that does. The reason I quite like it is because it's meant to be a unique command block challenge. Because obviously there's command blocks going on. Like, they're very clearly there's command blocks going on. Originally, it was actually going to make a tutorial on basically a Herobrine hunting your world, and then I ended up just saying, hey, what if I did something different? Now, that series has not done all too particularly well, but that's all right. I didn't expect it to. It's very different than my normal content. I have no idea what that does. It's very different than my normal content, and that's all right. But I just wanted to experiment with something different. There's an imposter among us. Oh, I thought I died. I didn't realize I just got blinded, apparently. Yeah, my username's coming up. In game right now, invite me, please. I have an Admiral Chaos, yeah. So it's one of the things I need to figure out what works. Like I said, my channel, I want it to continue to be distinctly a command block channel. I don't want it to be something else. But I don't think that's. I built my channel on command blocks, and I don't think it'd be correct to do otherwise. I don't know if this does, so I assume I get tank hero. So like I said, I just need to figure out what works with my channel. I still want it to be command block things, even if it's not always tutorials. It's just a matter of expanding growth, figure out what works, these kinds of things. I feel like my projectiles disappear at a certain range. Yeah, they definitely do. Oh, okay. Did not realize that. Okay. Let me catch up. What if I make an SMP? So here's the thing. I don't want to make just an SMP. Like, I don't want to make content that isn't command block related. I don't think that's fun. I don't think that's me. Is kind of the point. I want to make something that is command block related. I want to make something that's distinct. There's so many SMPs out there that exist. I don't want to just be another one, you know? And like my whole thing is command blocks. I want to say command blocks. Yeah, the projectiles don't have infinite range in this mode, and I don't like that. They have very limited range. There's definitely some times where I would have hit people if they had longer range than what they do. Blindness egg. Knockback egg. Do I have to click it? Okay, I see. I don't know what this says. Oh, refill. Okay, I don't need a refill. Let's go. 15 kills. Make a mini game out of commands that would compete for like a shout out or something. I mean, maybe. On your video of world border, how can I make it shrink the border on the delay? There's lots of different ways you do that, but you have a scoreboard essentially with different presets, basically. Um, you can make a world edit like feature. Yeah, it's like I want to do more challenges. I want to do more things that engage the community because those are fun things. When I can do challenges like this recent challenge that I did. First of all, if I do another one, I'm changing the rules because I spent like many hours going through all your videos. But I do really enjoy those, and that's a great way to actually get the community involved and stuff, which I think is really cool. And I want to do more stuff like that. I just need to figure out what stuff works and what stuff doesn't, essentially. Yeah, don't build right on the border, because if we get a kill, or if we get killed off the first, then we lose everything we built. How difficult would it be to make a mining bot with a bedrock? Terrible. It depends. See, the projectiles have limited range, and that disappoints me severely. At least it feels like they do. I'm not actually certain if they do or not. How do I take... Oh, I punch it. Okay. But yeah, they disappear very quickly, and I don't hugely enjoy that. Rip. I mean, yeah, like, I can also always do streams, like, playing, what is it, Ground Wars with viewers. Like, there's those things, too. But, like, so I do want to be, as much as I can be, a distinctly command block channel. Because I think that's just... That's what I do, and I would like to kind of keep my distinction in that sense. The imposter, a Mogos? Yeah, I'm getting off after this. After this game, I think I'm gonna end stream. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. So if you guys have any suggestions of other things that can be done, do let me know, because I do want to do more. Oh, I think I could kill the last second. Emogus is banned on my Discord. I don't know. Streams are good, thank you. Like I said, I do them randomly. Like this one was just on scheduled stream. I had some free time this morning, and I wanted to do the Jedi command, so I'm like, yeah, why not do it on a live stream, right? Let's get up here and get... Okay, so that's range. Wait, can I just throw the eggs? That works. I don't think it does. Amogus, Amogus. What country are you in? I'm in Eastern Standard Time. I'm an American. What do you call people that leave the Discord losers? Oh, for fun. Figure they're not there. What are they gonna do? Be offended? They can't even see it. Yeah, it's Eastern Standard Time. I have no idea what knocked me back right at the start. That's why you don't build right on the edge, because then it all gets destroyed. Oh, they're like 1 kill away. Ah, that was a rip. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Alert the moderators? Exactly. They're gone. Who cares? Nah, it's just my side behavior. That's all. So you get for building on the edge. Me, on the other hand, I like to live life on the edge. See, the only thing that's actually good is the Iron Man power up. I'm not gonna lie. Why are bots above you on Discord? That's just the way it works, man. I don't know. When's the PvP island going to be added to World of Chaos? I'm no longer working on World of Chaos because it is too laggy for me to continue working on things. Why don't you make a suggestion tab for new videos and stuff on your Discord? Oh, let's go most kills, dude. I'm actually good at this. Is one of the few games I'm actually good at because I can actually get a lot of kills for some reason. But yeah, I think that's gonna be about it for stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is a long stream because I kind of meandered for a while, but we did make the Jedi, and that will be a video probably next week. Because now that I'm kind of back to school schedule, I'm gonna be every other week, or no, every week. Sorry, but only every week. I'll also be doing some shorts and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Oh, okay. I just don't know what you said. I just don't know what you said. Rabbit hole. When you make a suggestion tab for new videos and stuff on the Discord, I mean, people can kind of do that freely, just in general or something wherever I am. But also, I do the frequent like, hey, you guys can vote on what I make. Those live streams are probably even the better ways to do it. What's up, Michael DeFritas? I'm new to your channel. I'm just curious if you can make a Gojo moveset. I don't know what that is. Genuinely don't. So, but yeah, I'm going to be wrapping up stream. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, thanks you all for coming. Bye.